Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
Good morning, everybody. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Zunaid? Welcome to with Benzinga. How we doing, guys?
Feeling a lot better this Monday, that's for sure.
Great.
Nice. You're not going to turn the lights on, Spencer?
Nah, I thought about it and then I went, nah.
Are folks still coming back? Is that why the office is on?
We have there's a solid. I look around now. There's like 8 people here right now. I mean, you would think there'd be a little bit more. It's after 9 o'clock, but people still recovering from the cannabis conference, it seems. So don't know.
Don't blame them.
If you want me to, if it's bothering you that much, I
actually like it this way. It's kind of like, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. Well, it could just be one of those days. There's every so often we have a day where we just don't turn the lights on like at all, like all day. Or at least we used to. Maybe this turns into that. We'll see. All right, let's bring up someone's Benzinga Pro. I'll start with mine here. Just looking at the movers tool, and you really don't see anything that jumps out to you, right? Twitter's probably your story of the day, but outside of that, none of these, like, I look for like the recognizability of tickers, right? And none of them are tickers that I would like, oh, great. Let me follow up on what's going on with that stock right now, because these are all kind of no names. And I'm not trying to, be mean, but there are stocks that no one has heard of. And that
you mean you're telling me that you're not gonna rush at the open to buy SBFM?
No.
I'm sorry. Too soon. Sorry.
No comment on SB. Actually, that one is not even on my filter because I filter out
fake stuff.
Yeah, smaller stocks. But yeah, so I have nothing on the upside that jumps out besides like Twitter and Comores, and then like on the, I guess, Live Nation. I don't know. Any volume there? No. No. And then on the downside, it just feels like everything, like the whole market is down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on just like the pummeling we've taken.
So I do have some thoughts. I was just going through the movers tool for some of these smaller caps. I'll review this list for you in a sec. But as far as your opening there, first of all, as I was saying to you before we started, I love the title for pre-market prep. Happy Monday. Everything is down.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're seeing. We've been in a bear market for a bit now, several months now. The tape is really, really horrible. If you were here last week, if you were here really since Thursday, there was a reversal after the open on Thursday, and it's just a staircase. Let's see if I can actually find that chart for you. It's been nasty. I mean, look at this. All right, so we traded up on Thursday, right up to 450, and it has been nothing but a slow bleed all the way down to where we are on the SPY. So you had mentioned earlier that Twitter is the news of the day. There's really nothing else recognizable. I would agree with that, and I would say that this week is the reason. We have a ton of notable tech earnings this week. In fact, let me look at my earnings counter because I don't want to get these dates
here. I'll do you one better. I'll bring it up on the screen.
Perfect. You got it. You have the graphic handy. Let's go.
If I can find it. There it is.
Okay, I'll do this as a back. There we go. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Obviously, we've got Activision, Blizzard, and Coca-Cola today. The ones after the market open today, not the huge deal. Starting tomorrow after the market closes, Google and Microsoft, that's going to be huge. I actually want to see what Visa says too. Chipotle is normally a pretty big mover. You might get some EV or supply chain commentary out of GE and GM. We have another bank here. I don't really care much about UBS, I'll be honest. Wednesday, we've got Boeing. Wednesday evening, we've got Facebook, PayPal, which has been absolutely destroyed recently. And then, of course, on Thursday, we have Amazon, Apple, Intel, McDonald's, Twitter. I mean, it's just the amount of earnings this week are going to be crazy. And this is one of the reasons I think that it's kind of muted this morning, because we all know it's about to get wild.
You mentioned PayPal, Ryan. We get asked I get asked about PayPal. I think every single day somebody asks me about PayPal. I don't know what it is about that stock, but here, let me just bring up a chart here, and you can just it's been absolutely brutalized from the highs of you can say like it's last summer, right? This thing was $300.
We have a double top. Really, there's a double top at 309.
Yeah, and now it's at 85, and it just falls. It seems like it falls every single day. We get asked about the stock all the time, and I don't know what to say about it. I mean, at this point, frankly, what's the COVID low? The COVID low is 81, and we're at 85.
Yeah. So this one's an interesting one. This one's an interesting one because I took a huge L on this. We talked about it here. I actually think I might have opened the trade live on this show, but basically, Spencer, if you zoom into that very right-hand part of the chart where it looks like it's going to bounce, it actually, that whole thing there, right? That trade up through 120, that trade through 120 was my long trigger, because my thought was, oh, great, we found our bottom. Now it's time to trade back up. And if we enter that gap there, we might be able to get some movement here on a gap trade. Well, that thing completely rolled over. And that trade, I still have those calls. They're going to expire worthless. In fact, when were the expiry on those calls? Because I don't even, those are the May calls. So I'm not even going to get bailed out by a miracle here. You said it. The 81, the COVID low. I mean, I got to think this bounces at some point. I do like the company. I've used their product for a long time. I still have my PayPal account. But yeah, I mean, this has been a really, really rough trader. At some point, the bottom's going to be in, but at this point, we got to not try to be a hero about it and wait for that bottom to form.
And so here's the thing. So like what's the forward PE of oh my gosh, it's 18? Oh my god, it's come all the way down to 18. The forward PE of PayPal used to be like it was like 50. It was more than that. Now it's 18. So it's not even that expensive anymore. It's not even that expensive. But to Ryan's point though, I mean, do you really want to be a hero? I guess if you're in PayPal for a 10-year thing, then who cares? Then keep on buying every other week or whatever it is you do, and you're not going to care about this year and next year. If your thing is you're going to hold this thing, or if you're going to give it to your kids, you're going to hold it for a decade, then 2022 doesn't matter to you, right? But for the rest of us that don't have crazy long time horizons on PayPal specifically, I mean, how do you come in and buy this? And when do they report? They're not. I don't think
Wednesday after the market closes.
Oh, they're Wednesday. Oh man, yeah. I mean, my general approach for the week is how do you buy anything into earnings this week, especially with what just happened to Netflix? I mean, the bar is low, but Netflix just screwed you.
One of the things that we said last week regarding these earnings is it's going to be the earnings between the haves and the have-nots, right? So if you're a tech company or any type of relation to tech at all, and you put up good numbers, you might survive. You might trade up even a little bit. But if you don't put up really good numbers, you're going to get destroyed. I mean, that Netflix, to your point about Netflix, that was an unbelievably bad earnings report. And the market's telling you all you need to know about that. Didn't Ackman dump his stake as well?
Yeah, he's out.
So what's your catalyst here for my point? My point, real quick, about PayPal is it not being a hero. Let's say it does find a bottom at 80, but let's say you don't get it until it starts to trade back up towards 85. And I mean, if you get it at 85 and it keeps going up, great. But if it doesn't find a bottom at 80 and you bought it at 80 and the thing goes to 60, then what? Right? I don't try to be a hero picking the bottom, wait for it to find the bottom and then try to ride the momentum. That's how I would play it. And with Netflix, I'd say the exact same thing. Where is the bottom here, Spence? I don't know.
You don't. No one knows. And I mean, Josh Brown's point on CNBC was betting on Reed Is it Hoffman or Hastings? I can never remember which one is which, but
Reed Hastings.
Hoffman is the LinkedIn guy, right? I think so. Reed Hastings, betting on him has been a good idea going back to 15 years ago, but yeah, this is going to take years for Netflix to turn. If you think it's going to come back to 600 by the end of the year, you're wrong. It's not. It's just that's not the market we're in right now.
No, and think about what they're trying to do now. They're trying to get more money from their current customers because new customers are drying up.
Yeah,
that's not a good sign. That's not good. That's not growth. That's just kind of expanding how much money you're taking from your current customers, and inevitably that's going to drive some of them away.
Yep.
Real quick, if you don't mind, let me take a look here. I got asked, I think. Yeah, Trevor was asking Ryan, NKTX. I saw that here on my movers tool today. So since it was asked about, we might as well just take a really quick look at it.
There's a headline. Let's go to the pro here.
Yeah, this is a phase 1 data from an independent dose finding studies of its 2 lead chimeric antigen receptor natural killer cell therapy candidates. That is a mouthful. I'm not a big medical guy here, but clearly the market is liking this. When I look at this, and we have a stock that closed at 775, that's currently at 1485, and we're up nearly 100% right now. To me, on a huge volume, to me, this is probably going to be one of the wild traders of the day, but I can't tell you which direction that this is going to go. We have a humongous range here. That's going to make it hard to trade. It's probably going to be spready, as Zunaid likes to say, as soon as this opens. So, I'm not even looking at options. I'm talking about the equity, the bid-ask spread. So this one might be tough here. Now, we've seen some of these really, really go. So there might be some juice. This might be one of those where it comes back in, catches a bid, and then just rips. So we're going to be watching this today, but I don't necessarily have an edge on this one way or another. I would just kind of play the volume flow. I hope that's helpful. It's probably a little anticlimactic, but hopefully it's helpful. That's what we're going to be watching here on this one.
My strategy for these is very straightforward. I borrowed it from Joel. Just whatever the pre-market high or the pre-market low is, there's your bogey, right? So above the pre-market high, bullish; below the pre-market low, bearish. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
it's not rocket science. Zunaid, what are you watching this morning, man? You've been a little quiet over there.
Yeah, still recovering from traveling and whatnot. I hear an echo. Hang on. There you go. Hopefully that helps. Just kind of taking a look around at Apple. I don't really see a lot of levels. Maybe like the 160 if it wants to come down to that. Twitter was one I really, really wanted to play last night. Unfortunately, I feel like the move may have already happened. Now, one thing that you could do is I assume you could get folks that will come on top and try to buy Twitter for more, right? Like 54.20, I think, is the price that Elon had offered. I would be surprised if the board hadn't negotiated a higher price. So depending on what the options come out to be, I may want to go ahead and take a look at some truly lottos in that sense. So that's one that I'm interested in. Maybe like the 55s or so. Again, just depends on what the pricing is and what my thought process is. Because my
wait, the 55s.
Yeah, I know, because to me, I'm hoping that they'll be cheaper, and I'm hoping that news will come out that they negotiated a higher price than the 55s or whatever. Maybe the IOE will go up. Now, it may not go up all the way to 55, but I'm just hoping that someone else will come on later this week.
I don't think that's on the. I mean, I guess it is. I guess anything's on the table, but I don't. That is a lotto, man, because I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, so it's two things. One, someone comes on top and offers more. Two, they went ahead and negotiated a higher price.
No one's.
Who turned the lights on?
I don't know.
The lights on?
No one is going to offer more money. I think that's the point.
Yeah.
So you think the final is 54.20?
Yeah, I think so. It's a couple of things, Zunaid. This is a good topic for discussion because Twitter is going to be I mean, we'll see if we end up getting a deal today. I'm skeptical. Yes, I don't think anyone is trying to pay more for this company that doesn't make a whole lot of money. I think Elon's bid is the best. I think one of the reasons that they balked at it initially is because they thought it was worth more, and they looked out there and they were like, "There is no other white knight," to borrow the term that was used this morning. I think it was Dan Ives. There is no other white knight. There is no other bidder for this. Who else is going to swoop in and buy this?
Yeah, no one.
No one. I don't think that bid's going any higher. And I think one of the reasons you see Twitter in the pre-market here at 51.20 is because there's still some skepticism about a 54.20 buyout. What happens if we get any type of news that that's not happening? Where's the bottom?
So
when
let's
this
talk
starts to
about
fall
that.
out of bed?
30.
That's the other. Well, I mean, are you talking about this week or today we hear that, hey, there's no news?
At all. 30
At all. Anytime.
$30.
Well, it was what was it at before this whole debacle? Was it at 39?
Tom is basically, in less words than
40.
I used, Tom is saying
Yes.
what I was trying to get at. Twitter, the risk is just
Very
not
fair.
worth the upside at this price. If it was
Very
lower,
fair.
maybe.
Yeah.
But
The
here,
upside's $4. The risk is 20 bucks. I mean,
So then would you look at puts as a better risk reward depending on what the IV is and what the pricing is?
for a lotto,
for me, that's my lotto.
Yeah.
For me, that's my lotto. The 45 puts, let's say, and let's hope for some bad news. I mean, I'm saying for the sake of the trade.
For the sake of the trade,
I want this company to get taken over by somebody competent. That'd be great. But I mean, to me, the lotto here is to the downside.
And see, that's the beauty of having discussions with intelligent people. So Twitter is one that I want to kind of play and take a look at.
Wait, hold on. Can't wait. I want to look at this comment. Can't the price go up after he buys though? No, not really.
Not unless
because,
especially if he takes it private. No,
because he's already given a price, $54.20, right? So again, unless somebody else, some other white knight comes in with a higher price, $54.20 is your ceiling. This thing going above that.
Yeah, because it's like, why would someone you have to have, like I did, have the idea, hey, there's going to be a higher price that's offered by someone else, and then you have a bidding war XYZ. I can't remember the last acquisition that had a bidding war.
Oh, I mean, there's one right now with Kohl's has one right now. Kohl's is that someone's going to buy Kohl's eventually here. I don't know when, probably. But it happens every so often. But with Twitter,
I just can't remember one.
The difference is with Twitter, there is no bidding war. There is one person. It is Elon Musk, and there is nobody else. Nobody.
So you think last night they couldn't negotiate a higher price, and you think $54.20 is the buyout price?
Well, I really hope that we do find out more about what transpired in the last few days here, especially over the past weekend. What I suspect is Twitter has spent the last week hunting around for another buyer, and have been unsuccessful.
Yep. Makes perfect sense.
And that's why they're like, all right, this is the only game in town for us. That's what I think has probably happened, but I don't really know, obviously.
And I think that there was some truth to, at first when they first heard about this, that they didn't necessarily want to let it go. And then there was some talk about, well, hey, if the board is just going to reject an offer that's above market price, that's the best price we can find anywhere, are they actually doing their fiduciary duty to the shareholders? Wow. And I think that there were enough serious people that seriously thought about that said, hey, this might be our way out. I saw a tweet from a parody account from Patel, who we've posted his parody tweets here before.
Yeah. I love that. I love that account.
It's one of my favorite follows, Spence. It's absolutely one of my favorite follows. And he tweeted out something that's funny but accurate. If Twitter gets sold at this $54.20 price, Parag created more shareholder value in the several months that he was CEO than Jack Dorsey did the entire time he was there. Mm-hmm. That's hilarious. And when you think about it, and I mean, what's your other pathway out here? I don't know.
Jack still has trades. I mean, shares.
Jack is one of the largest shareholders. Yeah.
Okay, so he hasn't dumped anything. He's just not a board or whatever.
He's not on the board. No.
Got it. But anyway, Twitter is one that I'm keeping an eye on. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at AMD. Matter of fact, I'll also look at the SPY here in a second. But I know AMD has come to these levels in the past. I've got a level here around $84. If it wants to come down and test that, you can see it right there. So that's one that I'm keeping an eye on. The Qs, you can see this area right here, the 318. If we do get to that space, I would go ahead and be interested in some calls to kind of get a bounce. I do think we end higher on the week. So I do have a bias to the upside. Now, that's just my uninformed gut opinion, not based on science or fact whatsoever. But just in case, if this does come to this support area, I would be a buyer for sure in the Qs. And I'm looking at the SPY here. I think the March 8th lows is what I was looking at last night. Yep. So if it goes ahead and comes down to like the 415 area, I'd be a buyer to see if we can get a little bit of a bounce. Obviously, that's ways away. but you never know how fast this thing can dump. But just looking at it from the longer term perspective, those are the areas that I'm keeping an eye on. And then you can go ahead and check out NVIDIA as well. NVIDIA rejected that 200 area. And so since then, I've been a little bit hands off with it. Played it short a little bit when I was traveling, but the hotel setup just didn't work for me. So I stayed away as much as I possibly could. But 190, you can see, is actually a nice little level here. So this one might be something I'm interested in getting at 190. I'm actually going to put the order out right now. I'd go ahead and get this at about 190. And then my stop loss would be about $1 below. And then we'll see if we can get at least $1 above to make it a 1-to-1 trade.
All right.
And real quick, just want to clear up a couple of things here. I think it was Buffalo by Bicycle. You guys cash out of UEC. So yes, so UEC, this is a good one to take a look at here. I am out of these calls. This got absolutely destroyed in that sell-off. These were May calls. We were running out of time on these. I sold out of these. I think I took like a 10-cent loss. I think I bought them for 30, sold them for 20 cents.
They went all the way as 75, 80%. I believe.
Yeah, they were up at one point at 55. I was actually sitting on the offer at 60 to be able to close this position out for 100% gain. Never got filled. The very next day, it just started to reverse. It never came back. I am out of this. It didn't work for me. It could have worked, but I mean, realistically, for the trade plan where I tried to take this, I won at least 100%. I didn't quite get there. So I can't honestly say that it worked, especially since I took a small loss on it. I am out of this. We're looking today, oil down huge. So we'll see where these go. This was really bad though. These were down like 16% day after day. So yes, I am out of these. And then I saw another thing here, TLBT up 12,000%. No, it's not. This is actually something with the movers tool that we are currently trying to work on. TBLT had a 1 to 150 reverse split. And it was not picked up by our split algorithm. So it's showing as being up 1,200%. It is not up 1,200%. It just had a reverse split. I have no idea what this is either. A 1 to 150 reverse split. Generally speaking, I don't necessarily want to trade those. One more thing that I want to call to your attention here. I know Neuro here, it's up on very, very small volume. In fact, it's only 521 shares. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because we've seen this particular stock pop and run when it gets some volume. So not nearly enough right now, but if that starts to build throughout the day, maybe you'll have a opportunity here in Neuro. So we'll see. We'll watch what's happening here. Got 2 minutes till we open up here, folks.
Yeah. By the way, I want to mention this. I mentioned this at the end of pre-market prep, but I'll say it again. This page that I'm going to put in on the screen and in the chat right now is quickly becoming one of my go-to resources every single morning. It's just benzinga.com/pre-market. And a lot of the information that I've always gotten from Benzinga Pro is on this page, frankly, right? The gainers, the losers, today's earnings, today's biggest ratings, today's biggest headline, economic data. It's all on this one page. Okay. You can, seriously, if you don't have like a stable roster of places that you go to every single day when you sit down, I recommend getting it and maybe putting this page on it, because I look at the same 6 or 7 things every single day when I sit down. And as I said, this is quickly becoming a page that I've been going to more and more. It's totally free. It's just benzinga.com/pre-market. It's got all the stuff you need to know for that morning right there. So check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah, that's actually a really good hack. That's Benzinga Pro functionality without having to have Benzinga Pro.
Exactly.
It's a really sweet page. That's a nice little tip you gave out.
Yeah.
Termo asking, Ryan, are you still in Bumble? I am, and I forgot about it. Not looking good.
Oh.
Yeah, that Bumble trade again. That was the risk. We talked about that when we took it. That was Ken, who's been a really awesome trader. That one obviously didn't work out. Bumble was an all or nothing trade, right? So we're okay letting those expire worthless. You just don't oversize on your entry. It looks like that is not coming back. I mean, maybe there's a miracle this week. I don't think so, though. Yes, I'm still in it. Not looking good. Probably going to expire worthless.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's happening.
Good luck, folks. Let's make some money today.
Pull up my scanner tool.
Yep, I got the same.
Watch that populate, and here we go.
ARGX out of the open here.
By the way, this is off topic, but I watched the Batman over the weekend. Great movie, man.
Did you say Batman?
Yeah, the new Batman movie.
One of the group of guys that I play video games with are all into the superhero movies, and it unanimously across the board bad reviews from those guys.
Really?
It was a good lens. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it very much. I know it's off topic, but I enjoyed it very much.
No, it's totally fun.
It felt like not a Batman movie. It felt like a crime, like almost like a film noir type of thing.
That's interesting. That I do like film noir, so that I didn't get that type of commentary from any of the other folks I talked to. I'd be willing to look at it. Just
all right. Carvana is continuing to just dump. This thing can't seem to ever go up, and everything. I don't know if I've seen a bullish take on Carvana in quite a long time. It just jumped out to me, and my scanner is dropping off the open there.
So this NKTX, it's not as spready as I thought. 5 to 6 cents. It's moving pretty quick though, so this can be quite dangerous.
Was there a headline or something on Wayfair this morning that I missed? Because Wayfair is just also dumping off the open here. Look at Wayfair right there.
It doesn't have just what you need.
I'm assuming that's a reference to I don't know.
Is that their motto?
I've never bought anything from Wayfair, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's their commercial that's super annoying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
I'm gonna go and get some size, so small size here at the 424 calls on SPY. I went ahead and got filled at $1.56. If it goes ahead and cracks below this 422, I will go ahead and be out. Again, I'm in the 424 calls expiring today on SPY. 156 is my entry. I'm looking for this to come back and at least get to about the 423 to take half size off. I'll let you know when that's done.
One of the things that I'm looking at right now, I carried a small position of SOXL over the weekend, just because the tape was so bad Thursday and Friday that I thought we might get a bounce in the morning. So I took that over the weekend. It gapped down a little bit. Now it's interesting here. We're popping out of the open. So I'm underwater on this. Full disclosure, my trade price on this is $25.03. It's currently at $24.20. So I'm looking to get out of this on pops here just to kind of minimize the damage, but we'll see. I wanted to see if market would pick a direction here this morning.
You've got nice relative strength in NVIDIA and AMD, but right now I'm not paying attention to those. More so focused on the SPY trade of mine.
I'm watching, the couple of swings I have on now that I guess are the trades that are on the chopping block. This Altria long and this Callaway long. The Callaway, I don't really know what I was thinking when I bought that, down a couple bucks in it, and this Altria has worked for me. Small trade in my Webull account. I'm considering selling.
Webull.
Or where to put a stop. I guess I should say where to put a stop.
I've got about a minute left on this 5-minute candle on the SPY to see how it wants to close. Again, my entry is 156 on the SPY for the 424 calls expiring today. We were up about $15 per contract, but I wanted a little bit more. I wanted it to come back and test the 423. As a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and change this to a 1-minute candle.
Oh, I totally forgot. I do have a stop set in Altria. All right, then I don't have to babysit that. My stop is 51.10 for those who care.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out of these calls. I'm out at 145, so I went ahead and lost 11 cents on that trade.
Which calls were those for?
The SPY calls, the 424s, yeah. You've got nice strength on AMD, but
yeah,
I paid attention to SPY, so I missed it.
Well, see, that's why I'm kind of holding the chip. the chip ETF here, right? There's some definite strength here, and I'm wondering if this is going to be a rebound, maybe. So here we are. So here we are. Okay, positive on the day on the SOXL position. Some pretty big volume coming in here too. We'll see if this keeps going higher.
Yeah, and the SPY went ahead and shook me out, and it bounced right back up. So that's on me. Now SPY's testing VWAP here. It needs to get over the 423 if it wants to go higher.
How's Valet doing? Trade green.
It'd be nice if 420 traded today, and then that ended up being the
market's
bottom.
trying to catch here. This is interesting. Jessica, this is an interesting question. I'd be interested to know this too. Jessica's asking, Zunaid, do you play TQQQ and SQQQ options against each other?
No, I don't. Like as a pair, or like, hey, if I want to go to the upside downside, I don't. Unfortunately, I play the Qs. Obviously, I really do want to learn how to properly trade those. Sorry, I'm just trying to pay attention to this. But I do not. But I do want to set aside a week or so where I strictly just trade that for a little bit, just to get comfortable with it.
I've started to really enjoy trading these ETFs. They're so liquid. They're so able to get in and out.
I really want to trade futures. I really do. I
well,
know
then-
you've got something coming up.
Zunaid, yeah, you should tune into our future show every Monday at 11 o'clock.
Especially with TradeStation. Like I have an account there. I use TradingView. I really want to, because sometimes I'm hanging out at like 11. I'm like, oh, it's coming up to VWAP. I should probably short here. Grab an ice cream, come back, and I would have had 5 points.
Real quick, Brian asking, why is my Benzinga Pro lagging? There were some updates over the weekend, so the first thing that you should do is do a hard refresh. If you're on PC, hold Control and click the refresh button. If you're on Apple, hold Shift. And then also try logging out and logging back in. You want to ensure you have the newest version, and that hopefully will speed it up. Other than that, you could probably try clearing your cache. Working fine on my end, though. I'm able to...
Yeah, I'm having no issues out here.
I'm having no lagging issues, so I suspect it's something just local.
All right, I'm gonna step away. I'll be back in like a minute.
Okay, I'm still watching SOXL here. We're definitely getting a bounce here in the market. Looking at the NASDAQ here, we're at highs. Bitcoin also spiking right now for anyone that's trading Bitcoin. Interestingly enough, Twitter seems to be reversing against this, although here we go. Maybe it's getting bought back up now. So a couple of things bouncing here. We'll see if this actually can continue.
Could be interesting. By the way, I went ahead and got AMD here at 90.98. My stop loss will be $1 below. So we'll call it about 89.84 is my stop loss on AMD. Take profit 90. We'll move this down just a little bit. Take profit will be 91.93 on AMD.
Do you trade SPXL and SPXS? Occasionally. They're not my favorite, but I like I said, I'm starting to get more and more into those types of vehicles, because they're easier to trade in terms of its liquidity, and you're always going to get movement pretty much every day. I prefer to go after some of the other ones. Like I like SQQQ, TQQQ. I like SOXL, SOXS. That's just the technology angle. That's something I feel more comfortable with, so that's what I end up going. There's no right or wrong answer, though. Apple coming back in now.
Any small caps you see floating now?
You know what? Not a lot on the scanner here. I did see GSAT just pop now on volume, but that I want to look a little bit more into before I get excited about it. What we had, NKTX, that was the big one on the movers. That's just a little too risky for me. Dog Z is on my scanner, but I can't in good conscience suggest anyone trade that, especially after what took place last week. That's just that on Friday. What a nasty stock that is. Not a whole lot here yet. Now it's early, and like I said, I think this week's more going to be about a lot of these big tech earnings that we're expecting. But early on here, no, not a whole lot. ARDX has been on the scanner. This is $1 stock though.
AMD flirting with the VWAP area right here as SPY looks to make a move. Let me go ahead and see what AMD. You got PAVM apparently on the move. PAVM. Popping up. I'm going to go ahead and grab some calls here real quick on AMD. I went ahead and grabbed the $93 calls. I paid about $1.99. I will go ahead and stop out of this if it goes ahead and cracks the 90 again. If I'm wrong, I will probably risk about 20% of this.
And real quick, I closed my SOXL. This was my holdover from last week at about 24.50 and immediately plunged right there. So got some of my loss back, not a whole lot to talk about. Really at this point, looking for another opportunity.
Hoping for a $90 bounce. I went ahead and bought some more contracts. I got filled at 180. Again, you can see my stop loss is 89.84. So if it goes ahead and takes my equity out, I will go ahead and close out my options as well. But I did get filled some more at that 180. Keeping an eye on it. Got the hand on the trigger for the closeout. If this comes back to test the VWAP, the ones that I bought at 180, I would go ahead and close out. So if this gets anywhere near $90.40, I will go ahead and close out the additional contracts that I bought. As you see VWAP over for the SPY. Come on, hold the 90. Hold the 90.
So interestingly, you had just asked me about small caps here.
And
found one, but I'm a little late on it. ERYP here. Looks like we did have a nice little volume expansion trade through that 196 level. Went as high as, what do I got on the top of this candle here? Went as high as 210, 209. No, 210 prints. Went as high as 210, so 14-cent scalp there. Now, the interesting part about this stock is that, let's see, we had a pre-market high of 250. So if the volume keeps going, maybe we can close that gap here and take 250. Let me bring up my screen and show you what I'm talking about. This is basically what I'm looking at here. Here was your trade, was the cross through 196. We're consolidating here now, but if we can really kind of get some juice, maybe we come test 250, and if we break that, maybe we get some fireworks. So good volume here so far. Not in this, didn't take it, but I would watch and wait for this to set up. That's one of the best small caps that I've seen so far this morning. ATER, I guess this is worth mentioning. This has run recently in the past. Let's take a look at ATER. Looks like we did try to take out the pre-market highs here at 450. That was very, very brief. Looks like our high from Friday's session, intraday high here, was what? 487, 486-ish. So maybe if that gets going, just kind of setting up these low. Oh my God, Art K is green. How about that? How about that? Snap is green. Oh my. And that was a wild earnings report.
Keeping an eye on ticker BAOS. Seeing some volume come into this one.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, actually, you'd want to take out your 118 level here. That would have been your high from Friday's session. Need some more volume on this one, but this is not bad, Zunaid. That's setting up. You get some volume in here, that might be good. And then, of course, we have a high from what, the 20th, 420. We had the high at 143. That would be your other level here.
I'm going to go ahead and take a starter here. I took some at 113. I've been eyeing this one on the the Thinkorswim side.
Jessica shouting Redbox. You know, this was amazing. Redbox. There was a great trade last week on Redbox here on Thursday. Hit that one pretty good. Hit that for several $100s. Actually, we'll see if this sets up again. Not in this. I wouldn't hold this overnight. Full disclosure, I would just try to trade this one. But Redbox, this was moving last week. Maybe we'll get some more push. Needs volume. Redbox. Lord Byron says PayPal is green. What's going on? We got to pinch ourselves to make sure we're awake. PayPal's green. Oh my gosh, it is up 34 cents.
A little bit of a pop on BOAS. Hit, I think it's 119s that it went ahead and hit. Excuse me. Yeah, 119s. If you got SPY, coming down. SPY hit low a day, and you can see the rejection on an AMD off the SPY. So we did actually end up getting the AMD move to VWAP. Unfortunately, it shook me out here, so I couldn't get this move. So this was an L for me. My idea was correct. Unfortunately, my levels, I guess, were off. But I am still in this BAOS trade on Thinkorswim, and obviously here on TradeStation as well. As AMD makes new lows, SPY trying to hold the 421.50 area. And by the way, NVIDIA trade that I had at the 190s, I wanted to close it out because you can see on NVIDIA, it already kind of made that move off of the 191 as soon as the market opened. And it actually gave you 6 points. 5 points. So for that retest, I wouldn't want anything in it. You could. I still think it's an okay area, the 190. You can risk $1. I think it's solid. But I'm already starting the day off 0-2, so I don't want to do anything much there.
You got me intrigued on your BAOS here. This is actually
you thinking of breaking 120?
Zunaid.
Are you gonna try to scalp the 120?
Well, looking at it here, I mean, this area here, 118 to 123 looks to be the area. I'm more watching the level 2. I don't see any huge offers on here yet. And I haven't really been watching it, so I'm not sure if maybe they're refreshing it. But I'd like to see some volume pour in here. I would say for an actual scalp, I'm not sure I'm seeing quite enough yet. But that could change, and that could change in a hurry.
Man,
big bidder 115 now. That's interesting, and that's actually real. They're hitting it a little bit.
Sorry, G for speed. I'll turn that down a little down for it. Man, I'm glad. I almost took a flyer last week on some airline, on an airline. I didn't. I still kind of want to, but I'm glad I didn't for the moment because they've basically been going down from the moment that I wanted to buy them, which is on Thursday. Delta Airlines down almost 3% today.
The airlines, the airlines are those are tough to trade, man.
I know, but they were so far. Earnings season is just started here, but so far from what we've gotten, the only earnings reports to be good were we had Coke this morning was good, Kimberly-Clark was good, and the airlines were good. And that's basically it. In terms of not even the stock, but what the company said. The airlines said really good stuff on their earnings calls.
Nasty pull there on BAOS. Yanked it right through 112. All types of volume. Big sell print. 24,000 shares at 103. Although it looks like it's holding in here. Nasty pull right there.
I'm actually going to buy some more here at 10. What was my fill price? 110 is my fill price. My stop loss will be 97 cents. There's my stop on Thinkorswim.
I'm going to try something different. I'm always trying to... I'm always looking to try new things within Pro. I get in my habits, I don't venture out enough. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to add a signals widget to this workspace that I'm in. I'm just going to add stocks making new 52-week highs and 52-week lows, and price spikes and halts.
Well, right away I can tell just by the colors that there's a lot more stuff.
There ain't no green on the screen.
But that's, I mean, you know what? That's actually, I know we're kind of laughing and joking about it, but that's one of the things that you can determine. Just at a glance, you can determine where the sentiment is in that regard.
Sure, for sure.
And Spencer, so recently I had 2 scanners.
Yeah.
Excuse me, on my scanner workspace, one that was monitoring my watch list. Turns out that I have watch lists in several different pro tabs as well as my brokers. So I generally have enough real estate dedicated to that. I replaced one of those with the signals tool for option activity.
Yeah.
The idea here being I want to see some bigger call sweeps in here and see what's going on there.
The signals tool is probably the tool that I underutilized the most, that I could probably get the most use out of, that I don't use enough. It's a great freaking tool.
Yeah, it really is. ERYP, big pop there on ERYP. Not in this though, Jessica. The spot here was the 120 the 196 takedown. We were a little late to that, so did a good job in not chasing here. Remember, 250 is going to be your day high there. And by the way, look at Twitter. Twitter is coming in here a little bit. Looks like they're not very confident with the.
Oh yeah, let's take a gander. Huh.
You've got AMD testing VWAP here, by the way.
Coming in a little bit. I mean, it's still up 3% on the day.
All right, let's see what the options look like just for fun on that Twitter.
Yeah. Let's see.
So the $55 calls that I mentioned earlier, they're going for 50 cents, which is interesting because the stock is up 3%. The options are down 40%. If you like the puts, right? If you like, let's just say the $45 puts, those are down. So pretty much everything on the option side is down from the previous close. But $45 puts are going for about 60 cents. You've got BAOS up here. Again, I bought some at 110 on Thinkorswim. Still holding, waiting for that crack of 120. Still holding on. And you've got AMD back. What did I buy? These? Take one more shot on AMD here. I went and grabbed the same contracts. The $93 calls I got filled at $1.96 and $1.97. And I swear to God, if you're going to go ahead and shake me out one more time. Mother. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, the Qs are definitely some popping action here. That was the reason why, one of the reasons I closed out the SOXL. It's moving back and forth too. By the way, VERU trading up here. Looks like it's trying to curl after the open.
Yeah, the Q's are above VWAP, which is why I was interested in this AMD. But good God, come on now. Come on, let's go back up. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Went ahead and bought some more here at $1.83. Come on. Get over 90.50. Get over 90.50.
Who was on Redbox here? Was that Jessica?
How is Redbox a stock? I'm amazed.
I didn't even know it was. I didn't know it was publicly traded.
It's back, man. It's back. I do not understand how that company is still around, frankly.
Not my cup of tea. I remember when there was like movie nights, I'd be so excited for Redbox, but now it's like
I haven't even seen a Redbox in the wild.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen one in years.
Yeah, I can't recall the last time I've seen one either. It's just the stock is fun to trade.
I mean, it's doubled in the last month.
So. Oh, I don't mean holding it. I don't even mean holding it. I just mean scalping it.
Come on. Come on. There you go. Pop over 90.50. The $90 level held. That's what I like to see. But now it's going to reject VWAP, and that would not be good for us. Again, I am in the calls of the 93s. I bought some at 196, 197, and 183, and I'm going to go ahead and stop myself out here.
They're always outside of Winco. What's Winco?
I don't know.
Is that like a local store that I'm
pretty sure it's a regional
Winco Foods?
It's a regional grocery chain.
Publix is where I see them.
So this is the Southwest.
Publix is a fantastic store. That should be public. It's not.
Publix, Chick-fil-A, I'm in.
Who owns Publix? Let's find out. Oh, it's privately held. Man, Publix is great, Zunaid. I'm so jealous you have Publix.
Oh yeah. Hey, down.
Is that a Florida thing, Publix?
Southeast, yeah.
Southeast. Yeah, southern.
Yeah.
AMD back above VWAP after it nicely stops me out. Jesus Christ. You know, I was reviewing my trades earlier, and I was taking wider losses than I'd like, so I'm starting to shorten them, and of course, is leading to more shakeouts. So I'm gonna have to fine-tune things a little bit, but regardless, Qs are above VWAP. AMD can't get over 90.50 for now. Obviously, the break of 91.50 would be the breakout intraday. And on the other side, BAOC now currently at 116 with her entry being at 110 and also 113 on TradeStation. The floor for me on Twitter is $50, and I say that not as in any fundamentals, but just psychologically. If you're gonna try to get into Twitter, below 50, go in and get out. Is my 2 cents.
Justin's asking, how was the cannabis conference? Justin, I was not there. All reports that I have got were that it was excellent. And I mean everyone, from employees to investors to attendees. I haven't heard a single bad thing about it. It's in Miami. It's in the Fontainebleau. We run the I know I might sound biased, but we run the premier cannabis conference in the world.
We'll talk more about it on Benzinga Live today because Aaron Bree was there all week.
Awesome.
Oh, very cool.
It seemed like it was the best conference we've ever done.
Yeah.
That's someone who was on the outside looking
Yep.
in. The messages on social, the posts, the tweets, the videos. I saw some crazy videos especially from the after party. I mean, it looked like it was fun. Put it that way.
It looked like it was fun, and we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, that makes sense. ERYP, pretty nasty pull here, by the way. I know we were talking about that. Not in it. I actually haven't taken any trade. All I've done is close a trade today. All I did was close SOXL. I haven't taken anything new.
AMD popped above 90.50.
John Doe says, I'm starting to get bullish now. John, if you could spread that to all of your other friends with large amounts of resources, that would be great. Born says, wait till Vegas, baby, and then sunglass. Let me tell you something.
Yo.
I am counting down the days now until that Vegas conference. I'm not even kidding. I'm literally counting the days down. That's going to be so much fun. I have my friend's birthday party next week, the week after that, too.
My birthday is the day after.
You're kidding.
The day after the conference, I mean.
Oh, man. Awesome. Are you going to be at the conference?
I intend to be there, yes.
Okay. Everyone, that's your call to action.
Yep.
Spencer's birthday is right after it. We expect Spencer to get birthday hugs and birthday gifts from everyone in the community.
Oh, yeah. I'll put the link in the chat to buy a ticket for the conference because we're like 2 weeks out right now, 3 weeks out. It's crazy.
WK Harris asking me asking in general, fave place to stay in Vegas. I gotta be honest with you, I really like the Wynn, but I also really like Caesar's Palace. Caesar's Palace is really incredible. I've been in a number of different rooms there.
When I was there a month ago, we were at the.
Can some of us just hang out outside in Vegas and just scream as you all come out? Of course,
if you want.
Of course, you can do that. We're gonna be looking to go out and meeting people. Just in general, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Just put the link in the chat. Robert says Ric Flair's segment was good. Awesome. He's referring to the cannabis thing. Awesome. Great.
Did he yell woo a lot?
I'm sure he did.
I mean, if he's out there smoking blunts, I gotta imagine the amount of woos that we got were pretty incredible.
Yeah. All right. What am I seeing here? All right. Seen a little bit of buy the dipping in casinos. Well, just pen a little bit.
Mike says you torn up a number of different rooms there. LOL. Mike knows what's going on. I never destroy the rooms though. I'll be honest. I'm really anxious about.
No one actually does that.
Yeah.
No one actually. I was at the Venetian a month ago. It was fantastic.
Yeah, the Venetian is such a nice. That the first time I stayed at the Venetian, I was just like, wow, this is a sweet hotel. Yeah,
and the one thing you forget, because I was in Vegas when I was 19, so I was there, over a decade ago, is you forget how big everything is. So even if you're going to, it's right next door. Right next door is a 20-minute walk.
Yeah, I was gonna say you forget how much you actually walk in Vegas. Yeah. Make sure you. I'll never forget. One of the recent times I went with my friends, I showed up pair of Birkenstock sandals. Yeah. We're gonna have a great time. No. If you try to walk the strip up and down in Birkenstock sandals, by the end of the day, your feet are gonna be a mess. Bring good shoes that are comfortable to walk in.
Oh yeah.
Good point about everything being big too. It's like you see the casino. It looks like it's right there, but it's actually 20 minutes away. That's hilarious. Market after that little bit of attempted at pops, all now turning around and hitting the lows here. So this is actually one of the things we wanted to really be careful for. Not in a rush to take some trades here. Where's SO? Oh man, SOXL. Glad I closed that out. That's much lower now. We'll see if we end up making a bottom here. The buffet at the win is fire, says Pain Surgeon. Yes, it is.
I just saw this tweet from Eric Martunis from Bloomberg. Equity ETFs are about to have the worst month for net outflows in a long time, if not ever. So he's mostly referring to VOO and IVV, which are the S&P 500 ETFs. Some of that could be related to taxes, but flows are important to watch because it sort of shows where the passive money is going, and passive money is not going into stocks, or at least not going into broad stock indexes, which is an important thing. And because a lot of that passive buying provides like underneath demand, like constant buying demand for everything. But if it's not coming in, then you get an imbalance of more sellers and buyers. So something to keep an eye on for sure.
Real quick, Daddy Backstrap. Ryan, I'm with you. Let's wait and see some of this chop work out. That's exactly where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
We talked about not being a hero. We talked about being patient. I'm not against taking any type of short-term day trade here today, but I'm not trying to rush in and do this early.
Well, you've got BAOS finally above the 120, looking for some volume to come in to take this one to the 130s, possibly the 140, 150 areas where I'd like to be, but AMD trying to test if you have one more time.
Real quick, I want to address one thing here. Jessica saying Dog Z added to the game list. She's correct. It is up today, but please be careful with this. First of all, I know there's a lot of animal lovers here in the show. I'm one myself. I totally admit I'm more liable to trade a stock just because its name is dogs or pets or cats or whatever it is. I'm the type of idiot that does stuff like that. But understand what it is that you're trading. If you look at the action from Friday, this thing was a widowmaker on Friday. There was action right in this consolidation, and then this thing just completely fell out of bed. It went from 6 to the low of 2. All right, just an and there were multiple downward halts. Really tough action. Just understand what it is that you're trading. Please be careful. I'm sure there were a lot of people who were really hurt by Dog Z on Friday. So just know what you own and be really careful. Sad Boy saying green by close, baby. That's totally possible. I'm not even going to discount that, but I'm gonna wait for that to materialize here. Market's still trying to figure out its footing.
Yeah, I just turned on the new high and new low of the day signal tool, and it's insane. New lows.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to quiet down once 10:30 hits or 11 o'clock, and we get to the middle of the day. But so many stocks making new lows of the day, you can't even keep track.
And so one thing here, real quick, just about the way the signals tool works. I know Brandon, I think in the chat earlier, was saying that his Pro was laggy. One of the things about signals is that that's like a really big fire hose of data. So what Spencer has done here is he has selected 2 of the more chatty, or let's call them more active signals within that tool.
I'm gonna turn them off.
Yeah. So but what I was gonna say here, if you want to watch that, you actually might want to try those day high series and the day low series. The reason is those are effectively the same signal, but it's a little bit more filtered, meaning that it's not going to report a low, and then if someone sells one share at a half cent lower, report another low. It's actually going to kind of aggregate them and give you less.
That's better. That's much better. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's still going to give you an idea of what's hitting lows and highs, though. So, and it's going to be a lot less data throughput into your platform. So if you have multiple signals tools open with a whole bunch of signals selected, that might be lagging your platform, maybe consolidate.
Oh, big weakness today in the defense stocks.
Yeah.
I just, that the signals tool just now pointed me to GD, but look at GD, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, LHX, big down. I mean, everything is down today, right? Every sector is on the red, but You want to see, okay, so like if your overall market, right, your SPY is down 1 1/3%, so what's down less than that? What's down more than that? And your defense stocks are all down more than that. Industrials as a sector are down more than that. That's industrials and energy are your weakness, and materials is your weakness today.
420 is interesting here on the SPY. That's what it's got to crack if it wants to go lower. And then you've got 89.50 that's been hanging on for a few minutes.
Redbox looks like it took out 335. Looks like this actually wants to try for probably higher. I think 350-ish, 360-ish. See if this can get going here on Redbox.
Man, there's just not a lot to say because everything's going in the same direction. Oh, wait. Look at Rocket Mortgage having itself a nice little day. And rising. Look at RKT there.
Well, that's good. I mean, at least something's having a day here.
Yeah.
I'm 0 for 2. If I go 0 for 3, I'm going to call it a day. But I'm going to take a shot here on the SPY. I got filled at 188 on the 421 contract expiring today. If this gets below 419.50, I will be out. So I'm risking about 60 cents on the equity side. But obviously, I'm in contracts. 188,
asking 421.
JD, we live, man.
How are you asking that?
We are in the past. Sorry.
He knows. He knows that. I don't understand how he asks that.
We in the past. Actually, a lot of really like beaten down names are having good days here. Like Moderna, which has gotten punished, is up 3.5%. Jumia, which used to be a $69 stock and is now $7, is up 3.5% today. Uber is having itself a day. CrowdStrike's having itself a day.
All right.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm going to scale out some here. I'm going to go ahead and close out a quarter size position here at 220. We got filled at 188, out at 220. Waiting for a bigger move towards 121.50 and then 422. Hoping this can come back and test VWAP. We risked about 50 cents. We got $1, looking for more.
This is like
Watching paint dry.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, there's not. I don't feel really good about trading any of these things. I just boredom traded Redbox for $100 loss. It's like I don't want to keep doing that.
Should I sell my Callaway ELY? I don't really know why. I know why I bought it, but I didn't buy it for a very good reason. I didn't have a plan going in.
Sold another quarter here at 245 on the SPY calls. In at 188. 245 was the second out.
I'm selling my Callaway.
422 is near the VWAP test.
Right. I'm just trying to get on your nerves. I was bored. Jason told me to. It's going to take a lot more. But I just got over the flu. It's going to take a lot more than that to get on my nerves.
If you like the short idea, you've got AMD testing VWAP one more time here at $90. If you like the short idea, I am not touching it since I'm in these SPY calls and I am in BAOC.
All right. I just closed on my Callaway trade for like a 25-cent loss from 2 months ago.
Speaking of short ideas, if you like Tesla short, well, this is your opportunity as it's testing $1,000. I think to me, around 1,008, that's your stop loss.
No, Jay Hofflinger. No, actually, I don't. If you know, please tell me. I'd be very curious.
I do not feel good. Oh my god.
Ryan's back, and now Zunaid is
well, I'm just I know for me it's just tired because I was working esports all week long and I'm exhausted.
Oh no.
We were out in the sexy city of Indianapolis.
Here goes Redbox, man.
I'm trying to get there one of these days.
Indianapolis? Why?
Yeah. Why? Everything I hear is it's a great town. No, you don't. I've never been.
Well, I
there.
mean, keep in mind, with the work and stuff, it's not like I got to explore a lot. We were right outside Lucas Oil Stadium.
Eli Callaway. Eli Callaway. That makes sense now. There we go.
So there we go. So Redbox, that looked like I took a loss when I shouldn't have. Looks like that pull right from that 335 the first time. They ended up taking it right through. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. So this was the trade here. So 330, 332 area, the first buy. There was another spot there at 335. It kind of chased. Ended up taking it off. Now we did break through here. If we can get higher than 340, I think maybe we go even higher than that. So this is about the only thing that's really working here this morning, and somehow I managed to take an L on it.
Hey, going back to the Twitter conversations you made.
What's up, buddy?
Because you wanted to do a lotto on that. You know what we didn't consider? You want to play Twitter? You want to play Elon Musk Twitter? Play it via DWAC. All right?
DWAC's down 7% last I checked.
Yeah, DWAC is down 9% now today because Elon Musk buying Twitter is theoretically bad for DWAC.
Because Trump and company would
come back.
At the reins.
Yeah, the implication is that he would get rid of whatever rules and restrictions Twitter had that DWAC, well, not even DWAC, that Truth Social is kind of hinging its entire existence on. First off, I would note that the DWAC merger hasn't even closed yet. There's still a risk of that, but Musk buying Twitter is bad for DWAC, as evidenced by the price action today. So if you don't believe that Musk will buy Twitter, then you should want to take a flyer on DWAC.
On the long side.
On the long side. If you do believe it's happening, then I see no reason why DWAC can't go to 30 or lower. I mean, it's already down. This thing was $100. This thing was $100.
Yeah, that whole thing is wild.
Yeah, I saw that too, Ivan. Yeah, I mean, look, the fact that we've been on this thing now for what, 6 months, 7 months, and the merger hasn't closed yet is alarming. First headline we get that the merger ain't coming through, I think it's going straight to 10. Straight to 10.
There's AMD rejecting 90 and VWAP. You got yourself 50 cents here.
NKTX, so we talked about that. That's actually halted. Your signals tool, get that, Spence? That actually broke right through the top of that formation there and halted. 1573 looked to be the pop there. Halted at 1653.
How long ago was that? Just now?
The halt?
Yeah.
I'm just seeing it now. Let me see. Let me check the news feed here. Trading halt at 10:11:40. So it looks like it was 2 minutes ago.
Oh, you know what? I may have. I think I probably filtered it out. I did. I filtered it out.
So,
Jessica, I want to trade options that are a few weeks out because then I can absorb a bigger move to the downside, if you will. Because I'll give you an example. If anyone has noticed, my SPY trade today and my AMD trade were green, but I got shook out because I was playing weeklies and I, have to manage my risk a lot better. So have I tried that? No. It's on my to-do list for this year to test out different strategies and see how they work. It's just for the past 2 years, I've been trading the way that I trade and it's worked. It's just unfortunate that in this market, I've taken an L. I think I was at a slight loss in March, and I know I'm at a loss for April, but January and February were really profitable. So, just going through the motions, managing risks, staying alive. There you go.
All right. Hey, when's the NFL draft? Is that this week?
yeah, it's this Thursday.
It's in Vegas, right?
I don't know
Las
where it is.
Vegas.
It's on TV. So
Yeah, it is.
I think it's in Vegas.
He said, "I don't know where it is, but it's on TV."
Well, because I'm not. That's how I wanted to consume it. I have an obligation that I might miss the beginning of it. I'm a little salty about it. Not gonna lie. I really wanted to see it.
Do tell us we watch paint dry.
I have a board meeting for my homeowners association.
Oh God.
I know.
Kill me before I ever end up in one of those things.
I don't want to hurt anybody, but yeah, it's gonna take me away from watching the draft, and it's
no.
It sucks for me, but if I tell any of the other board members that, they're gonna be like, "Who are you? Who gives a damn about the draft?"
What position do you
DVR
hold?
it and watch it later.
Oh no.
What position do you hold?
What?
He's a
What
treasurer.
position do you hold?
He's a
Board?
treasurer.
No, I'm not the treasurer. I'm just a board member.
Oh, okay. Any fun things on the agenda?
I mean, fun or like the stuff that we're doing. I mean, I don't know why Spencer was cheesing
Any
so much.
important?
But
This is how boring the market is.
This show has gone off the rails officially.
Are you guys adding a pool?
are we what?
Adding a pool?
We're not adding one. We have one. I will say one of the other board members makes homemade cheesecake. So
I can't, Brian. Ryan, you don't picture me as an HOA guy. I can't believe this.
I mean,
I can see Ryan as an HOA guy for sure.
I'm not. Full disclosure, that's actually funnier. So when I first moved here, one of my friends who helped me find my realtor and find this place was like, "You need to get on the board and make sure that they do all of the right things." And at the time, I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. I'll be on the board." And then I actually joined it, and I was like, "Man, this
sucks.
not what I thought."
So how long have you been on the board though?
Since I moved in. So
Wait.
Yeah,
What
but
is,
like how long
3 years
is that?
now.
what is the median age of the board member? Is it like 55?
65.
And that's after Ryan brought the average down.
And that's after I brought it down.
Oh gosh. This is great. I'm learning something new.
Look, I try to lead by example, right? I don't like to just make, or I don't like to make demands and stuff. Like I actually want to affect change, Spence. You should be happy for that.
All right. Cyber theme is continuing to work here. Relative to the rest of the market. Fortinet, Sentinel-1, CrowdStrike. I mentioned CrowdStrike already, but
because no one else wanted to be.
How did you? That's actually exactly right.
Because that's how they work, right? Like that's what it is. It's like, hey, we need people, please help, and then.
So the other thing, DD929, when I showed up, we give new owners a tour of the building, and we explain a lot of the different stuff and the stuff on the premises and the whole 9 yards. And when I showed up, I'm friendly with everyone that I meet all of the time. And I guess the people that I met were like, you should be on the board. This would be perfect.
That's how they get you.
I would be the worst person in that because I'm not friendly and I hate everyone most of the time. So, why is Match having a really good day? MTCH. Just random.
Speaking of the show going off rails, who do you think is calling me? Should I pick up?
Jason.
You say Jason? Let me see.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Let me see what this is.
All right. He doesn't. Okay. I took him off.
Apple going for the lows here. Market rolling over too, man. Redbox is the only thing that's. How did I take a loss on this today? Bad trading, folks. Nice move here though by Redbox. Got 365. That was from a 330 break. Was the actual entry on Redbox.
Here's
What a play here. What a play here. Jessica, did you hit this? Who else was mentioning Redbox earlier? Great stuff.
Hey, real fast. Let's just let's bring up the heat map. Let's do a quick crypto update. See how we're looking.
Yeah, that pop was bled all back. That crypto thing should be all red, I'm suspecting.
Let's see. Yeah, except for Doge.
Except for Doge.
Because Elon Musk is going to make Doge the official payments platform of Twitter, apparently. So
I thought about that. I thought about that on my flight home. I was like, how can I profit off of Twitter because the move will already have happened?
Yeah.
And I thought of Doge, but I was like, what are they going to do? Have Doge be acceptable payment for Twitter Blue? Like, who the hell cares?
I don't know. No one actually knows.
You know what I mean?
No one actually knows.
I thought about that. I promise I did. By the way, that phone call was to let me know that someone is buying an iPhone Pro with my Amazon account. So definitely someone scamming. It's not legit.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, here's SPY though, right? Our calls, we're still in it. We said the 422 is where we wanted to go ahead and get out. We're about 40 cents away from that target. Let me see what those contracts are at. We are up 27% on this wonderful, wonderful morning.
Yeah. Anyway, the heat map for the day is right across the board. Look at Bitcoin with the relative strength, only down 2%, but below the all-important 40K number. Doge is your only area that's green today in crypto land. As a reminder, if you want free Bitcoin, go create an account on Voyager. When you do that, use the sign-up code ZING, Z-I-N-G. Fund your account with $100, and after you make your first trade, they will send you $50 in free Bitcoin.
I was close, Zunaid. Close to what? Jay, close to what?
I don't know.
About winning the Publishers Clearinghouse, and Zunaid just won Publishers Clearinghouse, but needs to pay in gift cards to transfer the money. Lol.
They got me.
Ha, she got you good, Ryan. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, there's the rejection from VWAP for the SPY coming down to test the 420s. I'm not opposed to this coming down and testing 420s one more time. This is why we scale out, right? So, still holding on to some size on those SPY calls, which are now at break even. We sold some at like 225, I think it was, and then 245 as well. Now we're back at $2.
All right. Zunaid wanted to play the Twitter deal. Zunaid, I'll give you a better deal for a lotto if you want to play it.
Hit me.
The Activision Microsoft deal. Let me pull up Activision. So they had earnings this morning. Earnings are not super relevant because of the ongoing deal. But remember that Microsoft put out an offer to buy Activision at $95 per share.
Yep.
95. We are now at 77. That is a hefty discount.
Why is that?
You seldom see discounts that large. Why? Because clearly the market is not convinced that the deal is going to go through, that there's some sort of regulatory concern.
Yeah, I mean, that part I get, though. But how is Microsoft and Activision a regulatory concern? Because of the gaming aspect of it? Just because of Halo and Call of Duty?
Yes, Microsoft, which owns Xbox, is now going to own one of the larger game developers. But I'm considering doing a little something here.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I talked about it. I never did. Oh, wait. You know what? Actually, let me check. I may have. I take that back. I have this other account that I don't look at very often, and I forget what I do in that account sometimes.
That seems like a smart plan.
Oh, yeah.
What a rich guy. What a rich guy.
No. It's not. Well, okay.
He said, well.
The truth is, no. The truth is, it's not my money, which is why
Is it like your wife's money? What do you mean?
No, it's
or
my
fiance.
It's my mom's, and she said I could do. I can't. It's hers, but I can do things with it if I want. It's infidelity. So sometimes I make trades.
This man about to have his mom go to work. Please log off. Please log off.
So sometimes I make trades in there and I forget what I do and I have to.
This dude is about to have his mom go back to work because he wanted to buy a company that owns Halo.
Oh no!
The irony of it. By the way, what a nice bounce off of 420. And like I said, that's exactly what I wanted. So far, so good. But we need continuation here. If you want,
I did buy Activision.
Oh my goodness. If you want to go ahead and scale out here, you're up about 32% on these SPY calls. I'm not going to lie to you. I am going to be, because I don't feel good. I don't think I'm going to trade the rest of the day. I'm going to hold on to these SPY calls and see if we can get, I'm going to set an alert here. See if we can get the 424s. Since I've already scaled out, I'm already good. I'm already Gucci. I'm going to see if we can get that. You're up about 40% on those, so make sure you scale out. I'm only doing this because I have small contracts left and because I already scaled out. So make sure you're at least using that strategy, please.
Yeah, I bought Activision at $79. It's at $77 today off their earnings report. So if
Very nice.
If the deal does not go through, ATVI is going to like 65 or 60.
Market's moving up here, guys.
In a heartbeat.
Show is.
Yeah, we are. New high of the day in the queues. Look at that.
Yep.
We need the SPY to catch up.
All right. New high of the day in QQQ. You'll love to see it. Look at that. Here we go.
That 420 level on point. You guys want to know something kind of weird and shady that I've been dealing with for the past week?
What's up?
I have been getting, I might need to reach out to Aaron Thomas. I feel like someone used my Benzinga email to like let me get spam. Because I get like these ridiculous emails about potential interactions that are not appropriate.
Oh.
And
Well,
it's like what?
I mean, somebody at Benzinga signs, and I know who it is, signs me up for emails, like political emails. Like I get political fundraising emails all the time.
That's kind of
because
funny.
a certain person at Benzinga will just sign me up for stuff.
I can't believe Aaron still does that. That's ridiculous.
I was gonna say, Luke does that to me too.
Oh, it's Luke. Yeah, he does it to everybody.
Well, Luke, if you're signing me up for these inappropriate emails, why?
I'll get like a random email, and it's funny because they usually come in the same time. I'll get like a Trump one and like a Democrat one, and they'll come very close to each other. And I'm just like, why am I getting this? I didn't sign up for this. Literally, didn't sign up for this. Yeah.
Like, oh my god. I have to
All right.
delete that
SPY
manually.
continuing to rip here.
Yes, sir.
We are now positive on the day in technology and communication services.
Let's go. Let's see. Are we up 50% at least? We are up 60% on those calls.
Nice job. See, he turned his whole day around.
Nice job.
Money will cure all sickness. I'm kidding, but you get the point.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Man, Redbox just keeps going.
Oh, Lord. AMD, I thought 90 was going to be the floor. Apparently it was 89 with a $1.50 move off of that. Again, for SPY, the high day is approximately 423.50. That's where I'll probably go ahead and get out a lot more contracts, and I'll hold one single one just to see if we can touch the previous close of 426.04. And I don't know why I'm talking like this.
I don't know, but you should keep doing it.
I agree. I'm looking at some SPY calls here. Or maybe some puts. Puts on puts.
PayPal is green somehow. PayPal looks like we're trying to retake 90. Not that I'm going to trade this. I've been slapped on this recently.
I'm waiting for AMC to hit $10. I can trade it. I called that 420 mark weeks ago. Yeah, it's just those whole numbers, man. I really love them. I was waiting for 400 when we hit 410 weeks ago as the bottom. When I say bottom, I don't mean like, oh, hey, here's a reversal all the way up to the upside, but it's in like a nice bounce. I was waiting for 400. I missed it, obviously, because it stopped at 410 and it bounced. But you can see here, 410, 415, I've got a level here, and then 420 that we talked about. And why did I talk about 420? You can go ahead and see right here. If this is what you're referring to, this might be around the time I mentioned it. You saw a nice little bounce around that 420 level, and then we made it all the way to the 450s or so. But regardless, not saying that'll happen this time, but just look how extended we were on there. I like the 420. Worked out. Worked out.
All right, we are about an hour and a half into this show. We only have a half hour left because actually maybe less than that, unless you guys want to going to 11 because I got to get ready for futures trading.
What are you
with
covering today?
Indicator. What are we covering? That's a
Talk to
great
me.
question. I'm imagining we're going to cover just the general weakness across the board. I guess.
So do you guys cover levels, how to trade it?
Yeah,
the
we
market
so
overall?
basically
Talk to me.
what we do is we go through every major futures market. So the major stock indexes, the major commodities, crypto, bonds, whatever is happening in commodity land right now that's interesting. And he gives his levels that he's watching on the upside or the downside, and then we just take questions from the chat and we just talk about how it's really just it's a zoomed out show because us here, we're pretty focused on the stock market, but he's focused on everything, right? He's focused on bonds, he's focused on commodities, he's focused on stocks, right? So it's just a zoomed out show, and Jim just gives his levels, and we just talk about it. We talk about everything, basically.
Solid. Oh, Ryan just dipped. Okay, Ryan.
That's all right. But while you're here,
what's up, man?
If you guys want to smash that,
he uses Ninja Trader, right? So
Yes.
is Ninja Trader a broker or is it like a charting platform? Is it a two-in-one?
It's a broker, it's a trading platform, and their whole MO is futures. That's what they are best for, right? Like different brokerages are best for different things. Like
of course,
Robinhood is probably best for rolling over
YOLO!
when you're half asleep and placing a trade from your phone. Ninja Trader is best for futures. So
understood, sir.
Yeah. Not that you can't trade futures elsewhere. You, of course, can. There's many places to do it. Many places.
Yeah, because to me, it's like I have money on TradeStation, Thinkorswim, or E-Trade. I'm hoping to just use one of them for futures. I would really like to use... Actually, I don't know because I don't think you can use TradingView. Here, actually, let's try something out.
I think you can.
Let's see.
You can.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to... maybe it's because it's not... Yeah, see, you can't... Here, if you want to share my screen.
Oh yeah.
You can't trade the symbol blah 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 at TradingView via TradeStation. Because see, this is what I put money in TradeStation as you're completely ignoring me and looking at inappropriate stuff at work.
No, it's okay.
No, I'm just messing with you, dude. But no, the reason I like using TradeStation is because with the integration with TradingView, I can trade right from the chart. That's what I love.
Yeah.
And if I could do that with futures, I'm absolutely wanting to. But as you can see, I can't. And speaking of futures, they're taking a nice little ride up.
You know what? The one thing that TradeStation has, and I don't know if I've seen it anywhere else.
Talk to
Zunaid, and correct me if you have, but if you want to bring up a chart, any chart, where do you type that? You can type it anywhere. You can just
trading. You're talking about TradingView.
Or no, TradeStation. Sorry.
I don't use TradeStation.
Okay, my bad.
Outside of trading.
So if you want to change the chart right now, if you want to type in a ticker, how do you do that?
Yeah, I don't have to go here, is what you're saying.
Okay, so TradingView has that too. So TradingView and TradeStation are the only ones you can just type anywhere, right? And it'll change. As opposed to Thinkorswim, for example,
you gotta click on the thing.
You got to click on the box. And
Very good point.
It's just one more step. It's annoying though. It's annoying.
We live in that type of world. By the way, it looked like we got some Tesla movement. You've got folks buying the 1050s expiring this week. Bet you Tesla's above 1,000 then.
It is 1,007. We're making new highs of the day pretty much across the board. Apple made a new high of the day just there. What else we got? Let's move in.
All right, you've got... All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out majority of my contracts. I'm going to hold on to one as we are 75% up on these contracts, and I am out here at 356. We bought these at 209. We scaled out at 225, 245, 324, 356, and now I'm just gonna hold one for shits and giggles. And I apologize if I'm on speaker with any kids.
We just turned across the board.
Money, 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 money.
Discretionary wants to go green too. You can see it. XLY. Damn near right there.
All right. Well, that made up for all the losses and then some. That's nice.
See, look at this. Remember earlier it was all price spikes down. Now it's like 50-50. Price spikes up, price spikes down.
AMC new high.
AMC.
Look at that.
AMC getting to 17.
Anyone watching live or live near Orlando? Not I.
Hey, but since Justin is clearly near Orlando, Justin, can we get some boots on the ground reporting on Disney right now? Are there riots in the streets?
What's the benefit that's been lost for Disney, by the way?
I've been trying to understand that. I think Disney makes out like a bandit because Disney is not on the hook for a massive tax bill, and now the taxpayers are. So I'm trying to understand how that hurt Disney.
Yeah.
I guess it like creates a bunch of bureaucratic red tape for them, but from just a pure money standpoint, it seems like Disney makes out here.
I am tired of staring at pain on BAOS, so here I am. I'm going to close my position for. Oh, is it about to pop? You know what? I don't care. 2 cents in the money. Woo!
Nice.
I'm out. Actually, no. I broke even. It fell a couple of cents as soon as I traded it. I'm going to go ahead and close it out on Thinkorswim here as well for a profit.
Nice.
Of $18. Woo-wee! Mama! AMD, though, testing the highs again. Hasn't quite broken it. You can see the highs are closer to 91.50 as we're about 50 cents away from that. And you've got SPY. Now, this is why I went ahead and sold all but one contract. SPY, to me, which is funny. Look at that. My alert didn't go off yet. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this alert because I don't need it. I went ahead and sold around this area in case I wanted to make a double top. I didn't want to risk anything. But the next target I would have would be around this 425. And, of course, the previous close after that. But for me, I am all out. Now, if SPY does come back to test VWAP, and if I am in a solid state of mind to trade, I would go ahead and go long again. But for now,
if you are someone that trades like using 50% retracements and all that jazz, Equifax just crossed the 50% threshold from its earnings drop. This thing was 222 pre-earnings, got down to 197 after the earnings print, and is now 55, more than 50% of the way back there, back to where it was pre-announcement. So EFX 210 right
so let's
now.
take a look at this. By the way, sorry, I like completely.
It's okay.
Am shifting gears. U-turn.
Okay.
Twitter, you believe, is a horrible idea to buy the 55 calls. If you have Twitter shares,
Yep.
what about selling $55 calls?
Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
I guess who are you selling it to is my question.
I don't give a shit. There's 20,000 that's traded today. I don't give a damn if grandma buys it.
Yeah, sure.
Just saying. Open interest of 13,000. Traded 20,000 today. 44 cents on the bid, baby. That's $450.
Yeah.
Well, if you have 1,000 shares, that's $450. But yeah, $45 for 100 shares.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that could work.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That would just be your basic covered call, right?
I've never done this. Yeah, just a covered core.
Yeah.
Or you go ahead and sell the 55 and buy the 56 and get yourself a 12-cent trade there.
Now we're into vertical spreads and like.
Where's Nick Shaheen?
Yeah, we need Nick on right now.
Below, think about it though, right? And this is not even like it's a weekly trade.
Okay.
You're risking. I guess what would be the risk? I'd have to pull out a calculator for that. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're doing now, folks. Options calculator. We are going to do that. Would be a what? Debit spread?
Where's
would it be a credit? See, this is why I don't do these type of spreads. I don't mess with.
I don't do spreads anyway. I need to learn spreads. That's what I wanted to learn. I need to just take like a week and just.
I know how to do spreads, but this type of spreads that I'm talking about, I don't. Like typically, I buy the 55, sell the 56. Now I'm selling the 55 and buying the 56. We're getting freaky here, Ryan.
Oh boy.
What happened? What happened
So
while I was gone?
we're saying if buying the 55 is the most awful thing you could do on Twitter calls, what if we sold them? And obviously this is if you own the shares, it's a covered call. So that's one thing. What if you sold the $55 calls expiring this week if you own Twitter shares? That's strategy 1. Strategy 2, what if you go ahead and sell the 55 and buy the 56? I'm trying to figure out my cost there on that.
There's about a 10-cent difference between those contracts.
Correct. Yeah. So you're hoping to make 10 cents with a risk of what is what I'm trying to see. It's an awful risk, obviously, because of, yeah, someone sent Spencer a promo code.
Yeah, what I should do is like just spend a weekend in the option school and just get up to snuff, up to speed.
Yeah, the risk reward is dog shit. I'd pretty much be risking $90 to make 11, but that's because of the odds that are very, very much in my favor. I'm not going to do it. This is why we explore things like that. There's Spy coming back to VWAP.
Yeah,
Get me
for the moment where
get me.
These 15-minute candles are all going to close at the low now. Near the low.
I'm gonna stay out. I don't, like I said, I do not. I might fall asleep right here. By the way, you know people do that. People have what's called a sleeping stream, apparently, where they just
Yeah, I've never
watch them.
understood that. I've not, like, I get some of the streamers that are trying to go for like consecutive hours broadcasting. What are they going to do while they're asleep? Okay, but like I just, that to me is super weird. Like, why do you want to watch?
I get you're making out like a bandit if you're the one sleeping and you've got people watching you, unless you're doing something.
You are
weird
literally making money in your sleep
while you sleep. Yep, 100%.
That's the dream. That's the dream right there.
How many people do you think would watch if we had Aaron Bree sleep on stream?
Not many.
At the office, on the floor.
Yeah. Someone actually mentioned to me that on Friday we should do like just a 24-hour stream where we lock people in the office for 24 hours and just see how that goes.
You tell Jason I will go ahead and be isolated in a room if he wants to pay me $24,000. That's $1,000 per hour. I will happily be isolated in a room.
I don't think you would.
Yeah, but you let him know though if he wants to.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
We've talked about a lot of random shit today.
I know, and
But
we.
we've made money thanks to Spike.
Well,
Otherwise, I've been
I
losing
haven't.
money.
Yeah, I was going to say I blew the only decent trade that I had.
Oh, your board trade on Redbox?
Yeah, that was stupid. And had I just held it for a little bit longer too, that would have been a nice one. It would have been a nice one. I would do that for 24K.
How's Coke doing? Oh, look at the reversal on Coke today. Holy moly.
KO? What is it?
Yeah, great
How much is it
quarter.
up?
Great quarter. Opened at the highs. I didn't even notice that. Wow.
What is Coke doing that's innovative?
No. That's not the point. The point is,
That they keep chugging it?
yeah, the point is it's Coke, man. It's like the
No,
safest
I
thing
mean,
you
I'm
could
not
buy.
saying that it's not
It's the
proper. I'm just
safest
saying-
thing you could buy. They got a nice fat dividend, right? Not fat. Maybe I won't call it fat, but 2.7% yield. It's Coke. It's a rock. It's gonna be there tomorrow. You know it. I mean, look at this weekly chart. No one's getting rich on Coke, but no one's losing their money either. No one's getting poor on Coke.
Jessica's saying, is someone paying people to be alone? I can do that. Yeah, me too. I'll sign up for that too.
If there are streams
Someone wants to
where
pay me to be by myself, woo, I'm your guy.
there was controversy
work it
with
out.
Mr. Beast, who's a very well-known YouTuber, had paid someone X amount of money to be locked in a room for 30 days or so.
Don
think-
says when Coke innovates, it goes down. I
It's
got
true, it
flashbacks of
does.
new Coke all up in here.
It does.
Yeah.
We'll lock Zunaid in a room with nothing but Coke. Coca-Cola, I mean. And
Oh my.
see what happens.
Zunaid's
When-
facial expression right there was worth $1,000.
Well, that's because when we were out at dinner this past week, you guys know about my diet and stuff like that, so I haven't had soda in a while. And so while
yeah.
we're at dinner with like my bosses for the NBA and all that, I'm like, dude, I could really use some Coke right now. And this one dude just looked at me like I was about to get a background check on the spot. Like they're like, do we do a drug test? I'm like, no. I mean, Coca-Cola, no ice. Mountain Dew is my Mountain Dew is my drink though. I don't like Coke. I'm a Mountain Dew type of guy.
Reuters just reported it that Twitter's board is going to okay the deal. So we just got that spike there.
Really? Because it's trading.
It's not. Yeah, it hasn't moved anything. I don't see any volume.
What time was this at? Oh no, never mind. That was from this morning.
I was going to say.
All right, so
I was like, I don't see shit moving.
not bad. So
I see it moving down.
My fault. Okay, so yeah, that was the same headline from hours ago. So nothing new has happened. I'm sorry. Fake news.
Careful, Spence.
I apologize.
Yeah, what the hell? I almost went in with all my money.
I know. I'm sorry.
I almost hit the ass, Spencer.
All right. Anyway, we're at a few minutes left in the show. If we can get some more likes, that would be appreciated. If we can get some more subscribers, if you want to join our YouTube channel, become a member, get exclusive emojis, you got to click that white join button on the YouTube page there. Some emojis, and your chat comments look cooler when you're a member. And what else do I want to plug? Yes, the FinTwit Summit, which we are 3 weeks away from right now. The link to that is in the description, I believe, of this video. Yeah, so check it out there. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be like the Matrix. Your eyes are gonna be opened to the possibilities of trading. What else did I want to plug? I don't know. I'll be here all week. Either myself or Bree will be here all week with you guys because Mitch is.
Where is he at?
Getting married or something. I don't know.
Oh, no way.
I don't know.
Is he really?
Wait,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
saying that as in like it's not a big deal and making fun
like
of it, or is he
he's actually getting married?
I
That's
knew
awesome,
he
dude.
was. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Why didn't he say anything? I knew he was going to
I
be
thought
out.
he was just going on another like I'm gonna go get high, or I'm gonna go to the F1, or I'm gonna go to the beach type thing.
No. His wedding. I don't know when. I think his wedding was yesterday. I think.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm not sure exactly what day it was.
Wow. Well, good for Mitch.
Congratulations
I
to you,
feel
my man.
really
I know you're
bad.
not gonna hear this, but that's awesome. Good for you, pal.
Yeah. Mitch is jumping over into the abyss.
You conned someone. Way to go. Spencer's next.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
When's
Oh,
yours? Have you planned it?
November. It is almost all the way planned. Almost. There's like a bunch of little details and crap that we can't do now anyway.
Is the date one of those details that's planned?
Date is set. Vendors are almost entirely set. Almost.
What is the date? That's the first thing.
November 6th.
All right, so let's look at November. Did
Apparently
you commit
Spencer
an
mentioned it
atrocity
as
or
well.
not? You committed an atrocity. You
Yeah.
got married on an NFL Sunday.
Football Sunday. Yes, I did. It was not my preference to have it on a Sunday.
It was not my preference.
But
Spencer's not
was
going to show
overruled.
up because he's got a football game to watch.
I was overruled on the day of the week thing, which whatever. I don't care.
That's hilarious. Well, get used to it, my friend, as you are getting married. Spy bouncing off a VWAP. Well. What a
All right,
surprise.
Ryan. Any thoughts on VRU?
Is this a setup?
Oh, it's like in here.
Well, no, the thought here, I mean, this obviously, we scalped this when the news first came out. We had some troll that was coming after me because I only made 70 cents instead of $6 or whatever. This should definitely be in play every day that this pattern is happening, right? So every time that this stock seems strong and it makes a high, when it comes back in, if it doesn't get yanked all of the way and it starts to come back up towards that spot and the volume starts to get bigger, you definitely have a trade on your hands. So Veru here, this is another day here where this thing actually produced a pretty decent trade. And it was all about the volume, right? As soon as the volume showed up, this gave you a good sign. Will this thing go to 27 or 36 or wherever those lofty price targets are? I can't tell you. But especially recently, it's definitely been volatile. It's definitely been on our relative volume scanner, and it's been tradable. It's absolutely been tradable. So we'll keep watching it here. As far as I'm concerned, again, what I'm looking for is for a high to be set, and then for that high to be taken out on volume. That's the setup that I think is tradable here. Some nasty pulls on this though, so be careful if you end up taking that.
Apparently, Mitch mentioned a bunch that he's getting married this weekend. We're just asshole of friends that we did not know. And by we, I mean me and you, Ryan, because apparently Spencer knew.
Well, this last week,
don't run me into this.
This last week, we did not have any, or last week, we had one.
Oh, that's right.
Live trading show because of the cannabis conference. So
that's right. That's right.
All right, guys.
He's getting married in an empty forest. Does anybody hear, or how does the saying go?
If a wedding happens in the forest.
Do you need? Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
All right, guys. I have to hop and I have to get ready for future trading with Ninja Trader. So I'm gonna let you guys wrap the show up if that's cool.
That's cool. How do I just click this end broadcast button right now?
Yeah, just don't do it right now.
Spencer just had a heart attack.
That was pretty cool.
I'll never forget. We were doing this was maybe like 8 to 10 months back. Jason tried to exit the stream, but he ended the broadcast by hitting that big bad red button. All right, let's go ahead and share my screen.
I'll be darned.
Just our faces.
Mitch does have a wedding registry on it. I feel really bad. I'm gonna have to text him and be like, "Hey, congrats, man! I didn't realize it would have." I feel really bad.
I don't have his number, so I'm gonna have to slack him.
Bay, looking for some Bed Bath & Beyond analysis, please. I got some analysis for you here. I was at Costco this weekend, and I bought a new set of glasses in 2 different sizes. They're really cool looking. And one of my friends came over, and I was like, look at these glasses that I got. And she's like, where'd you get those? I was like, Costco. She's like, wow, you got a pretty good deal on them. I was like, yeah. She's like, those probably would have been $60 at Bed Bath & Beyond. I paid $20 at Costco. Wow. So the analysis here is that this stock likes to pop and drop quite a bit. I don't know how serious I would be about taking this long. I can't recall a single item that I would go there to buy rather than ordering it on Amazon or getting it at Costco or getting it some other way. The one thing that I will say about this stock is every time we see very large option sweeps on this stock, it seems to respond to that. So I guess it's got that going for you. But otherwise, I don't really have a good long thesis here. This would be just a quick trader based on technicals or, like I was saying, option sweeps. That's about it on BBBY. I'm sorry. I didn't have anything else. I don't really have much for you. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer in Bed Bath & Beyond long term.
Speaking of Costco, I get to Costco at 5:35 last night after I come back. I have to fill up gas because I'm on E. I get in line to fill up gas because I'm on EE. And it took me so long to fill up gas at Costco because of all the chaos and the busyness there that by the time I was done, I went to go to Costco to buy some things and they were closed at 6.
Okay.
So I spent 30 minutes waiting to get gas at Costco and I missed what I actually went to Costco for, which was to get other shit.
Yeah.
So poor decision making on my point.
I can't even relate to that decision making because I'm the guy that goes to Costco 10 minutes before it opens and ensures I'm one of the first people in so that I can be one of the first people out. I go to Costco on the weekend.
Costco 10 minutes before it opens?
Yeah, so on Saturday, Costco's open at 9:30. This is the pro tip. I'm giving my pro tip out now, and I'm suspecting that next week I'm going to go to Costco and they're going to be jammed. But anyway, pro tip here is go early. If you go on the weekend, go early. I try to be one of the first people in there. By the way, the gas station is open before the actual warehouse is open. So if you find yourself in a situation like you did, Zunaid, I try to plan a little bit better. I don't like to fill up when I'm like on the slash of the E. I've seen that Seinfeld episode too many times. It triggers me. So I try to plan a little bit better. I try to get gas before I go into the warehouse. I try to be one of the first people in the warehouse, one of the first people out of the warehouse. It's the weekend. I got exciting things to do. I don't want to be in a jam-packed store waiting in line. So
Yeah, and Hex, you're absolutely right. I did do it wrong. You know why? It's because I thought Costco closed at 7. I was wrong. It closed at 6. But it's okay. It's okay. Life happens. We learn. We move on. It's fine.
Ryan, the Ninja Shopper. I have Costco down to a science. Like, I am literally a Costco pro. I know where the stuff is. I have a list going in. Costco.
I buy the same stuff every time.
Yeah, it's the best. And then the only way to do Costco is to be efficient about it. I cannot stand.
Are you an executive member? Because I know
forget it.
You're the type of guy that to me seems like you're an executive member. Are you an executive member?
Of course. It doesn't make sense to buy.
He said, of course, like I just asked the dumbest question.
You did. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about why that question is dumb.
Share my screen while you talk about
it. Let me explain why that question is dumb. So, if being an executive member, you are given a rewards program that will effectively, even if you shop there moderately, it will completely pay for the membership. You don't get this on the gold or the simpleton plans that they have there. Okay,
the peasants,
the peasants. On top of that, you also should be getting the Costco Visa credit card because you get amazing rewards on that. You get money back from all of the Costco purchases, as well as travel, gas, the whole 9 yards. Go look it up. I don't want to. The card's awesome, though. I actually get 2 bonus checks from Costco every single year. So my executive membership is what, $100 a year? Is it $100 a year, Zunaid?
I don't know.
It's $100 or $120 a year. I end up getting back anywhere between like $500 and $1,000 in rewards for my membership.
Damn, boy!
It literally pays for itself.
I think it's like an additional 40. I think it's like 60, and then you pay an additional 40, and then it becomes executive. That's what it is. Something like that, dude. But either way. The reason I wanted to bring up my chart is because you got the SPY below VWAP. You've got the Q's testing VWAP here, and AMD is below. And Twitter is coming back down. Like I said, again, I'm not going to play it because I'm trying to be a sniper when it comes to my trades. Clearly, I failed to do that, except the SPY trade that I called out worked out to a T right at that 420 bounce. But I like the $50 hold number on Twitter. I
Keith
do.
Smith says, put me and Ryan in the room with some Coke. I ain't sharing. Just for clarity, he did mean Coca-Cola. Keith, you're absolutely right. That's fine. I don't drink soda anymore. I gave it up for my health. Sugar water doesn't go well for me. I could stand to lose a few pounds anyway, so I gave that up. Jeff W says, I'm guessing Ryan has multiple credit cards with $400 plus annual fees. Jeff, I don't know where you are getting that from. I have one credit card and it has no fee, and I pay it off, so I don't pay interest either. I'm not sure where you got that.
I almost showed my credit card numbers, but that's the only one that I pay my
I would never support Chase ever again after they gave me an overdraft fee on Christmas while I was in college and couldn't pay it. So we'll never support that company again. Ever. Just will never support them. Go to hell. I literally, December 25th, let's talk about that.
It's quick. Automated though. Hold on. Come on, man.
No,
it's automated. It's automated.
Okay. So get a programmer to say, if Christmas Day, no fee. That's very, very simple. I literally, December 25th, I wake up. I'm in college. I'm like, yeah, it's Christmas. We're going to have a fun day. I wake up. I look at my bank account. It's like overdraft fee, negative. It's like maintenance fee. It's like $75 worth of fees that spawn from an overdraft fee on Christmas Day. And I was just like, okay, that's it. This account needs to get canceled. I never need to use a Chase product for the rest of my life. That's where I'm at right now.
Why are you making fun of my nose? First off, I don't know what I have the nose for. But second, no, Jessica, I'm not getting married. What my VWAP settings are? Sure, man. I definitely can. So they're just normal, I'll be honest. By the way, Neil asked a question.
Merry Christmas from Chase. Yeah, exactly. Merry with an E, not an A. But
yeah, these are my VWAP settings right here. Nothing to me that's crazier than someone else may have. I don't know. As far as I know, I haven't really changed any of these settings. And then even on my E-Trade, it's the exact same thing. But I still want to know what I have a nose for. I have a nose for what? Getting a credit card that has annual fees? Is that what we're going with here?
This is the same guy that made the Coke joke, although he did.
Oh, I have a Coke.
Did clarify. He did clarify.
He said I have the nose for Coke.
So I don't know. He did clarify he meant Coca-Cola in his little comments. I don't know.
This man said I've got a
Is Spencer
vacuum.
telling us to end? Hang on.
Yeah, he probably is because 11 o'clock. By the way, Neil went ahead and tagged for any big movers. I don't have.
That's
any,
the thing I was like. Did we find any? Like, I feel bad. I feel like I'm gonna let him down today.
I let him down last time. Today's your turn. Can you respond, please?
Excuse me. I did it last time.
I know. I'm saying I let him down. So can you let him down? This
Well,
time?
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Jesus Christ, Zunaid. Yeah, NKTX, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that, Ryan. But okay, on a serious note, before we wrap up, Spy coming back to test the 420s. If I wanted to, I would probably try to play this one more time if it came all the way down. But I would literally do very, very, very small size, just because I do not want to give up the gains that I worked so hard to get here. Here, Ryan, watch this. There you go. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have. We've got futures trading coming up next. Did Spencer tell us to end?
No,
So
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till Spencer here. Let's tag him. Let us know when to end. But till Spencer tells us to end, we're just gonna kick it here. Did you like how I said, yeah, that's the same one I had?
Not really. I'm gonna private message him and be like, I'm the one that helped you, not Zunaid. So don't forget that. Both times, by the way.
My boy trying to get a bonus check like he does. Relax.
Dude, I don't even have to try at Costco. It's just like, and that's the other thing is like, if you redo anything at home, like you're often going to get better prices at that stuff on Costco anyway. That's going to go towards it's a long story.
Yeah, no, I feel
I'm a big
well.
Costco bull.
Spencer went ahead and told us to wrap it up, so that's exactly what we're going to do. This is Ryan and I goofing around, having a good time. Hopefully you made some money. Hopefully you learned the process.
Hopefully the rest of this week will give us some more actionable stuff to trade and talk about, Zunaid. I felt like it was a slow day today.
It was.
Okay.
But it's all right. All right, futures trading up next with Spencer. See ya.
Later.
It's a red button, right? It's a red button. Here we go. Bye.